Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the Real Chat Daddy Show. Aloha, and welcome to the Real Chat Daddy Show. My name is Chat Daddy. I am the host of the Real Chat Daddy Show. Glad to be here with you guys. Please forgive how dark I am looking. We've tried all kind of lights, everything, but I think this natural, beautiful background of Honolulu, Hawaii, is all the illumination you'll need. Tonight, we're doing a special 1 hour edition of the Real Chat Daddy Show. Since there is quite a time difference, it is actually 2:01 p.m. here in Honolulu, Hawaii. As you guys all know, our incredible co-host is the amazing Miss Kay Renee of Karen's Nuggets of Knowledge. She is located in Chicago on the south side, but her love, energy, and good spirit travels globally with me. And so, hello, my dear. How are you? And happy Monday.
Hello, aloha, Mr. Art Chat Daddy Sims. My goodness, I'm just so proud of you. You just said, you know what? We're gonna take this show on the road, and
We
you took this show on the road,
on the
baby.
road, baby. Thanks to modern technology,
hmm
just trying to find Wi-Fi. I've been all over the property I'm staying at today, just looking for the most optimal place to do the show. So we decided today we would do it from the lanai or the balcony of my suite that I'm staying in. And the lighting thing is hilarious because, first of all, I've gotten a tan. So you guys, I am this black. So we have actually three ring lights on me. And if you could actually look at the lights in my glasses, we have three different ring lights on me. But
Oh
because of my
no.
tan and, positioning with the sun and everything, this is what we're coming up with. But that's okay. It's better than me being an avatar. And we have a lot of things that we need to talk about. We've been off the air now for over 9 days. A lot of things have gone on. Kay Renee, while I was traveling to Hawaii, you actually had an unforeseen situation happen at your home. And the entire time I was on the plane, I'm watching everything unfold and I'm steadily praying for you, my friend. Honey, what you done been through, child? As they would say, what you done been through, child? Tell everybody. Glad to see you, first of all, my dear. Thank
Oh, it is good to be seen, and I just give all praises to God because truly, He, along with my wonderful parents, have watched over me early Saturday morning during the 4th of July weekend. Something happened in the second bedroom, which was formerly my parents' bedroom. The drywall from the ceiling crashed to the floor, and I was sleeping in that room. And trust and believe, ladies and gents, it shocked the snit out of me.
Oh,
And
I can imagine.
I was just like, I mean, the crash was so deafening, right? And I was in shock for like a good 15 minutes. And then my big sister Denise, I had called her. I said, "Look, babe, what happened?" She said, "Kara, just calm down. Call the insurance company." I said, "Before I did that, I took a video," and everybody was like, their eyes just widened, said, "Are you kidding me?" And so, it's one of those things, Art. But God is so good because I'm gonna tell you, if I had was sitting down, I have a chair right in front of the dresser where the drywall crashed. Had I sat there, I would have been severely injured. That's how
Yeah,
close and serious this was. But I'll
right.
also tell you how God is so good. On the dresser, I have two pictures of my parents. One on the further side of the dresser with them when they were 1965, and then the other side with my father. Do you know when the drywall crashed, my parents' photo fell on the floor, but the frame remained intact. My
Very
father's
good.
photo just stood like I am still watching you. So
Oh my
as
God.
as the restoration process begins, and if anyone knows any good roofing companies in Chicago, please inbox me privately. But I'm just grateful to God, and that type of experience will again let you know, one, who your friends as well as family are, and two, you just get a certain clarity about what you need and what you want. So
Yeah.
even though you were far away from me, Chat Daddy, I know you were like, "Oh my God, my little sister." But God is good, and I'm still here to tell the tale.
Well, very good. I'm so glad that you at least weathered the storm, no pun intended, and that, people were there to help you and able to give you whatever assistance that you needed. And since I've been on the road traveling, coming up later on the show this evening, we're going to talk about what is the Urban Global Traveler Series and how many of you can participate and be a part of this wonderful new travel brand that I have created. As you guys all know, during the pandemic, during the pivot, I was traveling quite a bit so that I was able to create this product post-pandemic to be able to give a mature audience and those with disabilities a way to travel, enjoy themselves, and have a great time. So we do have a couple of trips planned for 2022 and would love, love, love to have my participating audience as members of this travel club that I'm creating. So we'll talk about that a little bit later, okay? Boy, it's so much that we need to talk about, Kay Renee.
I know.
We're a health and wellness show. And with me being over here in Honolulu, which is the biggest island out of all 8 islands here in Hawaii. Honolulu, for those of you all that have never been here, it is a major metropolis. It's much like New York, LA, Chicago, Atlanta. It has a mixture of everything, but Hawaii is probably one of the most peaceful and serene places ever. If you've never been to Hawaii, I highly encourage you guys to think about coming. And don't worry, the Urban Global Traveler Series is planning a trip back here to Hawaii next year this time. So get your money together, get your ducats in a row, whatever you need to do, come travel with me back here next year in July as we celebrate being here on the wonderful big island of Oahu. And I'm coming live to you guys from the beach of Waikiki, Hawaii. Yes. I pulled it off. Yes, I did. I did. All right. So, darling, do we want to start off with the public health stuff first? And then we'll go into all of the stories. All right. Seeing that we are an Illinois-based news program, I thought I would give you guys the latest update of the COVID-19 numbers. As you all know, we no longer do a daily number total of coronavirus cases. We now do a weekly number. Here in Hawaii, they are still doing a daily update, but I have to do the comparison later of how they do it versus what we do. On Monday, Illinois public health officials reported 2,945 confirmed or probable cases of COVID-19. We also had an additional 53 fatalities. This now brings our total number of our total number, they're now doing vaccinated cases. That's amazing. I've been gone for 9 days and they've changed that. The total number of vaccinated cases now is 120,000 new vaccine doses was administered. In all, 1,395,497 cases of coronavirus have been reported in the state since the beginning of the pandemic. The total death report for the state of Illinois now is 23,297 confirmed fatalities since the beginning of the pandemic. And the statewide positivity test rate has now rose to 1.5. And the 7-day positivity rate on individuals tested has now risen to 1.7. So we're seeing an uptick in our numbers in the state of Illinois, Kay Renee. What do you think about that?
Well, it's not just in Illinois, Art. There's a state uptick all over. Kim, my podcasting sister who is based in Oklahoma, they're having a significant uptick. And so this Delta variant is not playing. So
no,
y'all think we're safe. You still better wear that doggone mask. I wear my mask wherever I can because we're not out of this woods, y'all. Not at all.
Well, now, you know what I find very fascinating here in Hawaii, masks are not on sale. The only thing that are on sale is hand sanitizer. These people are selling masks here full price. It may be a deal, 2 masks for $20 or whatever the case may be. Before I left Chicago, masks were designer masks. The prices had dropped. I have all these variety of masks. That's why I have masks to match all my outfits. No, masks here in Hawaii are at a regular price and they're not discounted. The only thing that's discounted here on this island is hand sanitizer, and that's about it. Do you think that we're abandoning our masks much too soon and much too fast?
I most definitely I agree with that. And people just think it's just okay. And with this uptick in the Delta variant, they said this particular virus is more deadlier than when we first would discover COVID in February, March of 2020. So I would not. We talk about this art all the time during the show that people we gonna be still wearing our masks to Junvember 2025.
What we said, baby, what we say on this show, we gonna be wearing masks until Junvember
of
of
2025.
2025. Now I know a lot of you all are saying, what the hell is Junvember? When the hell is Junvember? Junvember is something that we're trying to talk to President Biden about right now. This show, the Real Chat Daddy show, is trying to get, legislation passed, government rules changed to add Junvember, the month of Junvember, to a calendar in 2025, because otherwise we're not going to stop wearing the mask until then, okay? We're going to keep wearing our mask. One of the things, I did an interview earlier today with Bonnie Deshawn from the Omni Channel 95.1, and she was asking me what was it like to fly on an airplane that long having a mask on. And I told her, I said, Bonnie, the mask has now become a part of my everyday routine. It does not bother me to wear the mask. I sleep with my mouth open anyway, so I don't want nothing flying in my mouth. I don't want nobody putting nothing in my mouth, all that kind of stuff. So it did not bother me. I have wonderful cotton masks, and I put creams on because I'm really sunburned now. So I put a little something on to keep the mask from irritating it. But other than that, no, I have no problem with wearing that mask. And when I'm in public settings, I'm going to have my mask on.
I agree, sweetie. I mean, again, I think people are still being a little bit complacent. And it will be interesting to see come the fall how our numbers are going to be nationwide. Because I'm really concerned about this uptick in this Delta variant.
Yes.
And here's the interesting part too, Art. People who have been hospitalized, they've not been vaccinated.
No.
So that's another thing too. So, we want to encourage everyone to do what's best for them. But, I've said this, you've said this. If you're going to be around me and you're not vaccinated, you will need to wear a mask.
Yes, you do. Yes, you do. Yes, you do. And continue to keep sanitizing, washing your hands. Good hygiene practice is just mandatory and necessary in this day and age. I was a germaphobe way before this pandemic. And so now I'm just even more cautious about wiping things, cleaning things, always having soap around to wash my hands and things like that. So you just never know. Well, since I am on the island of Oahu, which is the largest island here in Hawaii, and as you guys all know, Hawaii is our 50th state in the United States. Let me give you guys their latest COVID-19 numbers. Hawaii has seen 63 new confirmed coronavirus cases. This now brings the statewide total to 38,544 cases. They've only had 38,544 cases here. No new virus-related fatalities reported as of today or in the last 24 hours, and that is statewide. The death toll from coronavirus here in Hawaii is 521. State officials said that corona-related death toll includes 404 fatalities on Oahu, which is where I am, the largest island, 57 on Maui, which, as you guys all know, is another wonderful island here, very popular. So many people are in Maui right now, they've had to close the airport down in Maui.
Really?
Because July 8th, Hawaii was more open. I came here to Hawaii when there were still restrictions in place. After my long journey, I got here to the airport and found out I had uploaded the wrong documents. But being the Boy Scout that I am, I had everything there because I was like, y'all mean to tell me I done come this damn far and y'all ain't gonna let me on this island? So no, they did. Everything was fine, but they've lifted some of the restrictions because they're not at 100% here, even at restaurants and bars and things like that. Things do still close at midnight here. So that's why, it's absolutely perfect. They did say that and they also had 3 Hawaiian residents die from COVID off of the island. So
Oh
that meant
wow.
people who left here went elsewhere and got
Okay.
COVID and they
Got it.
died, but they were Hawaiian residents. So, yes.
Wow.
So, Kay
Wow.
Renee, what is this that I'm hearing about the U.S. Center for Disease Control and Prevention saying that there's an uptick? This is what we were just talking about.
It's because of the Delta variant, and there's still a lot of less populated areas who are not getting vaccinated, and they're trying to spread the word. And so this Delta variant is just, it's very it's evasive, it's elusive, and people are getting hospitalized who are not vaccinated, and the effects from this Delta variant are not as similar as when you have COVID because it's very insidious and you don't know you really have it until it's almost too late.
Right,
So
right.
again, I'm just not. Even though restrictions are lifted here in our home state, I really try to be very cautious of where I go, and when I do go, just have the mask.
Yes.
For my family, friends who I know have been vaccinated, we are also just very cautious because you just this virus is invincible. You can't touch
Yes.
it, you can't see it, you can't smell
No,
it.
no.
You won't know about it until you're in the hospital. So
Right.
it's just, and well, here's what bothers me, Art. I'm sure you heard that the Olympics is still gonna happen, but they have an uptick in Tokyo. And I'm thinking to myself, why, if they're getting, is there an uptick, why still have the Olympics? I just don't understand. Because you're putting
Okay.
the Olympians at risk.
So I'm so glad you brought that up because the Urban Global Traveler Series, as well as the Real Chat Daddy Show, had applied for credentials
Mm-hmm.
for the Tokyo 2020 Olympics. And keep in mind, you guys, it is still called the 2020 Olympics because it did not happen last year. They're just
Right.
having it in 2021.
Right.
I cleared 2 hurdles to be able to get media credentials. And with me being here in Hawaii, I'm thinking to myself, okay, brother, you halfway to Tokyo. You need to just go ahead and leave Hawaii and continue on to Tokyo. But once I heard the uptick in cases, then I also heard that there is no alcohol being served in any of the bars and restaurants. There is no cheering going to be allowed. They are letting families come in and things like that. And I said to myself, as much as I would love to be there, it would be quite an honor to be able to cover some parts of the Olympics. It would be wonderful for me to do a travel trip on Tokyo to kind of let my audience know what is going on in Tokyo and is it safe to travel there. No, I made a decision to not continue on, and I'm actually going to come on back to Chicago because I'm just not going to put myself at risk like that. I thank
Right.
God, I've survived COVID. My thoughts and prayers go out to everyone who's lost loved ones due to COVID, everyone who has suffered with COVID-19. But as they say, I'm just not going to press my luck. As they would say when we was little kids, grandma said, don't press your luck now. So
That's
I'm
right.
not going to press my luck. I do know quite a few of my fellow media colleagues. Michelle Rutherford from Channel 5, she'll be covering the Olympics on behalf of NBC5 Chicago. I know other people that would be there, but I just didn't think it was worth the risk. And here I am closer to Tokyo than I am Chicago at this particular point. So,
Exactly.
right.
Exactly. No, it's just really this. We're still in a very tenuous time. It's summer, and we're gonna talk about summer. That's a great segue to still violence here in the city of Chicago. I cannot believe it. It just seems as if once everybody left quarantine, they don't know how to drive. The damn fireworks still keep popping off, right? And there's so many people who are just getting shot for no apparent reason. And I just don't, I really don't understand this. I don't.
Kay Renee, I must agree with you. The one thing about me being here on the Big Island is that it's so peaceful, it's so quiet, just you wouldn't even believe it. It almost feels as if I'm in another country, maybe Thailand, Fiji, somewhere like that. And it's just hard to believe that this is the United States of America. The nightly news here in Hawaii is so calming that you go, was that the 10 o'clock news? I just can't believe that was the news. But when you go to watch world news, guess
Right.
what's the number one news story? Crime
Chicago.
in Chicago. I
Yep.
guess a rapper got out of jail this weekend
Yes,
and
I
walked to
read
the bus
that.
stop and got killed.
Was
Like
shot
he literally got.
64 times. I just don't understand. It just, sometimes I think we're just so detached now. I don't want to be detached because, a life is a life is a life. But again, we have to just stay prayerful. We
We
really
do. We
do.
do. I just don't get it. The crazy piece is, again, I'm almost 5,000 miles away from
I know.
Chicago.
I
And the
know.
world news, the number one thing is still crime in Chicago
I know.
because our President Joe Biden, I guess, was in Chicago on Friday. Our Mayor Lloyd Lightfoot, greeted him at O'Hare Airport. And I guess the number one thing that was being discussed was the crime, and how she needed help. What do you think, Kay Renee, needs to be done in Chicago to curb some of that? Because I'm not going to lie to you. My colleagues and I all subscribe to the same alarm system. And, with it being a 5-hour time difference here, we'll each be in our respective beds or rooms or whatever, and we each get that notification, and you can hear from each room somebody saying, damn, again, damn, what done happened now? Oh Lord. I mean, it's just been that over and over again, and I'm wondering, what do you think can be done to curb some of the violence in Chicago?
I really think the superintendent, David Brown, as much as I think he has good intentions, I just don't think he has been capable of dealing with this violence. Um, to say we need to hire more police officers, well, that's just anyone can say that. I think there needs to be better patrols in certain areas that have more crime. Um, and just people need to just stay prayerful and just be mindful. Don't be aloof out in these streets because you just don't know. I mean, when I go out, I make sure I have that. Not only I'm looking, fierce, but I have a look like don't try this, because I'll fight. So, and you just have to be aware of your surroundings. I really don't know what to say. Art, I wish I had the answers. I wish I could just, be a genie and just blink and it'll all go away. But
Yeah,
it's gonna take each of us to be mindful, to be that village,
right.
right? If you see
Yes.
kids are not doing what they're supposed to do, lovingly say, "Hey, are you okay?" Just, because we don't. What bothers me, it bothers me so when I hear that young children are shot dead,
Right.
and there's nothing you can do. Just pray another funeral goes on. I don't know what to say. I really don't. It just hurts my heart.
Well, Kay Renee, just to tell you, the first night I arrived here in Hawaii, we got here rather late.
Mm-hmm.
And my travel companions and I wanted to go and just get some things for the room to eat, just some snacks or whatever. And the gentleman at the front desk, he said, now, I just want to warn you all that, down there by the store where you're going, it's quite a bit of homeless people here. We are having just a tremendous problem with homeless people.
Mm-hmm.
And we were like, oh my God, and of course we had on jewelry and, all this stuff because
Mm-hmm.
we had just arrived or whatever. So we thought against going to the store that night. So the second day when we were out, it was still evening, and we said, you know what? Let's walk around to this store so we can see what the deal is. We came back and told the guy at the front desk, we said, listen, we from Chicago. What you warned us about, that's a walk in the park. Even the homeless are friendly here. Not one homeless person has asked us for one thing since we've been here. Matter
I
of
love
fact, my
that.
colleagues and I are going to give some things to the homeless before we leave here because, nothing compares to just the roughness of the city of Chicago. I love Chicago. Don't get me wrong. I became famous in my hometown, but I just cannot believe the amount of just foolishness that's going on in the city of Chicago right now. And I don't think it's the mayor's fault. Everybody wants to blame the mayor. No, it's your bad ass kids and your bad ass grandkids. I'm just going to say it. I'm sorry. It's all of us. Men are not holding men accountable. Women are letting these men backslide. People are just on all kind of ratchetness and don't give a damn.
I definitely agree with that because when we were growing up, we had again, the village. The village was watching the children. There's no village anymore. And
Right,
that is the problem.
right, right.
That is the
Absolutely.
problem. There is no village. Hey Candace.
Absolutely.
Hi Miss
Absolutely.
Pam.
Hey, everybody. Hey, good evening, everybody. For those of you all that are just joining us, welcome to the Monday night edition of the Real Chat Daddy Show. I know y'all saying Monday night, where this fool at? I am in Honolulu, Hawaii. I'm on the big island of Oahu. If you guys have never
Wahoo.
been to Hawaii before, we're going to talk in a little bit about my new business venture, the Urban Global Traveler Series, and how I'm creating wonderful trips for a mature audience as well as those that might have a disability and still want to travel and have a great time. Have I gotten it in since I've been here in Hawaii? Yes, I've been getting it in, but I now have some limitation and mobility issues, and I've had to work my way around those. But it has been perfect. It's been wonderful. And I want to show you guys how you can travel and have a great time. And we're going to have our first trip February 2022. Somebody told me it's a Valentine's Day weekend. Whether you have a Valentine or not, you would want
Mm.
to join me on this wonderful trip. And you can join us from any gateway in the United States on this wonderful trip. How about
Oh,
that?
how about
Yes. All
that?
right. Preston, you're right. Crime has been a problem in Black
For
Chicago for decades.
decades.
It
It
really
has.
has. I tell people, Kay Renee, I'm going to talk about this story a little bit more in my memoir. But for young Black men back in the day, if we were not trying to become gangbangers, you either had one other choice. You would become really a church boy or you'd become gay. And a lot of times it was both church boy and gay. But
Yes.
but the gang thing was a problem when I was young. It wasn't that I couldn't have been in a gang or would not have been a gang member. Because matter of fact, I've told this story many times before. Out of all of my friends that became gang members, I could read better than them and I could count money better than them. And that's why those guys always kept me protected and kept me close at hand. But that was a part of, that backstory and that history.
Wow. Wow.
Right. All right, darling, we have a lot more to talk about. What else we got going on? We've had some deaths to happen too.
Yeah, the first one, Chicago's own Suzanne Douglas, who
Unbelievable.
died last week of cancer. She was 64, and I love Suzanne in The Parenthood. I loved her, and she's done shows in Law and Order. But what I loved her about was in Tap with Sammy Davis and
Yeah.
Gregory Hines. So I know they're welcoming her with open arms. But she was just a class act.
Yes. Yes.
And, I was just, first when I heard, I said, this can't be true. Not Suzanne Douglas. And then, as the stories came in, I was like, wow.
Yes.
Just a beautiful spirit. Just really beautiful.
Well, the late Suzanne Douglas was born and raised in Chicago. Her
Mm-hmm.
married name was Cobb, so she was Suzanne Douglas Cobb.
Mm-hmm.
She attended Illinois State University, go Redbirds. She
Mm-hmm.
was a member of Delta Sigma Theta Incorporated
Red and
sorority.
white, yes.
She was known for her leading role in Parenthood, created by another Chicagoan and fellow ISU classmate Robert Townsend. She starred in several movies and TVs, as you said, including Taps, that had the amazing Mr. Gregory Hines and
Mm-hmm.
Sammy Davis Jr. She also starred in How Stella Got Her Groove Back with Angela Bassett and
Yes.
Whoopi Goldberg. And she was an award-winning actress, producer, jazz vocalist, composer, TV, Broadway, you name it. She was all a part of it, and she will truly, truly be missed. And we just cannot believe that she passed away like that. Just unbelievable.
And this one just came. This legend came. We just got notified before we came on the air. Charlie Robinson. Now a lot of people are like, well, who is he? If you
Yes.
remember the series Night Court, he played the bailiff. Charlie Robinson just passed away today at age of 75. He had glandular cancer.
Oh no.
So he, it was, he played in Sugar Hill. Remember, he also played in Set It Off. He played in theater. And so I saw Marsha Warfield. Everybody remembers Marsha Warfield, who's another Chicagoan. She was just devastated when she posted about Charlie's passing. So the transition train, it steadily moves. It
It
doesn't
is.
stop.
It is. It's the saddest thing ever. I just cannot believe it. Two people of that stature would pass away like that. I do want to give a major shout out to Chicago's very own Marla Gibbs.
Yes.
We are forever talking about Betty White, Betty White, Betty White.
Yeah.
I want to talk about the fact that Marla Gibbs will finally be getting her own star on the Hollywood Walk of Fame on
Yay.
July 20th.
Yes.
A long overdue honor for such a legend, such an icon, all of that.
Yes.
And a
Yes.
very special shout out to Cincinnati, Ohio's very own Miss Regina King. As we all know, Regina King is such a phenomenon. I have the honor and pleasure of knowing Regina's mom, who is just an amazing woman. Regina King was the catalyst of our Marla Gibbs being able to receive her star on the Walk of
Yes.
Fame. Now, if anything, since I am not going to Tokyo, I may stop over in LA for that honor for her on that Walk of Fame. Now
Very
that would be
good.
really great. That would be really great.
I hope you get a
Yes.
chance to do that because she is just a jewel. She is such a special lady, and I love her in everything. From 227 to the Jeffersons. To me, Marla is just all that in a bag of chips. So,
She is.
what?
She is. She really, really is.
Congratulations to Miss Marla Gibbs.
Yes, absolutely. All right. Well, this past weekend, Sir Richard Branson,
Yes.
Mr. Virgin Everything, he launched his Virgin Galactic aircraft into space,
Mm-hmm.
and it only cost 250,000 to have a seat on it to be able to go to space. He has sold 700 tickets thus far. It is $250,000 for a seat. No, yeah, that's 250,000 per seat.
Quarter of a million.
Quarter of a million. Would you do it? Would you want to do it? How many people in our audience would want to go to space, and would you pay 250,000? What was that went past me? A bird. Oh, the birds are very friendly here, you guys. The bird may walk up and join me on my shoulder. The
Oh
birds.
wow.
Oh, honey, we've only seen two ghetto pigeons the entire time we've been here. And we laughed about the fact that the pigeons either came from New York or Chicago, because that's how
Okay.
gangster and ghetto they were.
Lord.
But for the most part, birds here in Hawaii are very nice. So that bird may come sit down on this camera with me. Right.
Uh-oh.
He may do
Okay.
that. He
Now,
good. I just hand him something. He'll be all right.
okay. Now to
So
answer your question, would I do it? I don't know. I don't know if I pay a quarter of a million. And I really respect Sir Richard Branson. He always wanted to go to space. He's gotten the opportunity. My thing is this: let's take care of things on Earth first before you start shooting out and going to space. That's all I'm saying. I don't want to know if someone wants to go ahead of me, go right ahead. But let's take care of things on Earth first.
right.
I'm just
Right.
saying.
Right. I
I'm just
don't know
saying.
if I love what Preston said. He said Hell no. If I go into space, it won't be on a rocket. Right, right.
Oh
It'd be
goodness.
more like the upper room, Preston. It'd be more like you done died and went to the upper room. Right. Phyllis on Facebook said, no, I don't want to go to the moon, even if it was for free. I mean, I don't necessarily know if I'm that excited to go to the moon. I mean, I'd rather at this point go to Dubai, Abu Dhabi, Thailand. Look. Let me do more of what I'm used to and can maneuver and navigate my way. The moon, I don't know, because honey, is it any McDonald's on the moon? Is it
No,
any restaurants? What would we be doing
no,
once we get to and how long will we be on the moon?
not long. Not
And
long.
$250,000.
That money can go somewhere else. But again, to each its own. Different strokes for different folks.
Right. Yeah. I just don't know if I want to go to the moon. And if you got that kind of money, congratulations. Like the lady who was 80 some years old that wanted to go and be on the moon because that was a dream of hers and she was told that a girl could never do that. I think that's really cute and unique. I mean,
Exactly.
something that she will remember all of her life. But I don't know if I'm necessarily I'd rather come back here to
And
Hawaii. I'd
I'm
rather
with
bring
you.
my audience here to Hawaii. How about that?
I'm with Preston. No amenities? Oh no, it
Right.
can't be.
Right. Yeah.
I'm a girl. I'm a girly girl. If I go up there, where the spa? Where
Yeah,
am I
right.
going to get my manicure and pedicure on? Come on now.
Honey,
No.
we ain't even talking about a manicure and pedicure. Where will you poop at? That's that. Look,
Oh
that's the
God,
thing.
here you
Like,
go.
where would you poop at? Right, all of that, all of that. Oh Lord, look, I got a problem pooping on the airplanes now, so I know doggone well I'm not trying to go to the moon to poop. Oh my
Okay.
God, yes,
Okay.
no.
All
All right.
right.
Well, for
Let
those of you all that are just joining us, welcome to the Monday night edition of the Real Chat Daddy Show. I am your host, Chat Daddy. So glad that you guys are tuned in tonight. I know I'm coming from just a beautiful background. That is lovely Honolulu, Hawaii behind me. It is actually 2:37 p.m. in the afternoon here. Kay Renee is broadcasting from Chicago from her lovely studio where it is 7:37 p.m. in the evening. Thank you guys for tuning in. Tonight is the first show from Hawaii. Tomorrow night, we have the honor and pleasure of talking more about Hawaii, but we also will be welcoming R&B singer Shantae Savage to the show tomorrow night. She'll be here to talk to us about her career, an upcoming event that'll be taking place in Chicago. So we're very much looking forward to welcoming R&B singer Shantae Savage to the show tomorrow evening. Chicago's very own.
Yes.
Yes, and then Wednesday night we'll be broadcasting again here from Hawaii as well too. So 2 more nights of me coming to you guys live from Honolulu, Hawaii. All right, Kay Renee, what else we need to talk about? Oh, and by the way, everybody, the show is only 1 hour. I'm using internet with 1 million people, limited time, and I got to get back out to the pool. Y'all see how black I am? I got 3 ring lights on me, you guys. That's how dark I've gotten. All right, go ahead.
Well, we got some good news to say because over the weekend, we have a new spelling bee winner, and she is a young little girl.
Yes,
She's
she is.
14 years young, Miss
Yes.
Zayla Avant-Garde. She won the Scripps National Spelling Bee. And check this out. This child was already a shero because she's a basketball prodigy and she's already a Guinness World Book holder.
Yes.
Check her out.
Yes.
Check her
And
out.
if I'm not mistaken, not once, but twice.
3 times.
Okay, that's what I thought. Yes,
3
they did an
times.
interview with her. Yeah.
Yes.
Isn't that beautiful?
And
That is wonderful.
the last international black person that won was Jody Ann Maxwell in 1988. So it's been over 30 years since we had a little, and we all know there are lots of young brown and black girls and boys can spell. So it's, hey, Miss Ursula, aloha,
Leave it to the light-skinned chick to be seen. Leave it to her. Right. Leave it to her. Leave it to Simply Red to be seen. Right. She's bringing in the Hawaiian service. Yes, dear.
All right.
Here's your Hawaiian luau drink.
Oh, thank you.
Look
Thank
at
you. Take
that.
Thank you.
Aloha,
Yeah. You
Ursula.
know it's happy hour here. It's always happy hour. So, yeah, look. Yeah, so my drink has a grass skirt on it. Yes.
Oh my goodness.
Aloha,
So,
everybody. Yes.
so
Okay.
Ms. Zaela, congratulations on winning the spelling because that is no joke, ladies and gents.
No, it is not.
No joke. So,
Yes.
and then not to be outdone, a 9-year old from Pennsylvania. Now, I'm not a fan of America's Got Talent because of Simon Cowell. But let
Hmm.
me tell you, I happened to see this video of this 9-year-old beautiful girl, and guess what her name is?
What?
Victory.
Victory. How
Victory.
wonderful is
How
that?
apropos, because Miss Victory Brinker did not just, you're thinking she's going to sing, and she did. She shocked everybody by singing opera. She reminded
Wow.
me of a Leontine Price, of Marian Anderson. I was
Yes.
like, you go, girl. And let
Yes.
me tell you, after her performance, everybody gave her the golden buzzer. Because Simon sat his little tail down. We wondered what the heck he doing.
Right.
Everybody stood up and gave her a standing ovation, but he's sitting down. I'm like, boy, what's wrong with you? He already told her that she's going places. So congratulations to Miss Victory Brinker, 9 years young, of Philadelphia, Pennsylvania. So if for
Very
those
good.
who you need to check out the YouTube video because she is out of sight. Outstanding.
Very good. That's what I want to hear. Phyllis said on my Facebook page, young, gifted, and black. And both
Amen
of
to
those
that.
young ladies are shining examples of dedication and
Yes.
commitment. I know the one young lady who's the spelling bee champion, she credited her parents, her tutors, and mentors. And I
Mhm.
think that a lot of our young people in Chicago just don't have that guidance
They
anymore.
don't.
I think back on the days when I was a mentor and a counselor and working
Mhm.
with our young people to teach them better. As I told you, no greater joy than my adopted son telling me that, he didn't see it then, but he sees it now that he has children and that he was able to teach them right from wrong. And a lot of what he remembered were things that I told him, be careful and make sure you do the right thing. So that makes my heart feel good. It really does. Maybe I'll get back into mentoring young people this fall once this pandemic clears up a little bit more.
Absolutely. Because you know what our spiritual mother said?
What
Your
she said.
life. Your life may be the only Bible that someone else reads.
Amen. That is true. You're absolutely right about. All right,
That's right.
Blondie, go ahead, baby. Go on. All right. That's what I'm talking about. Yeah, that's right.
So
You are absolutely
let's it's a great segue to why what people wonder. Okay, Art's in Hawaii, he's doing his thing. So what is the Urban Global Traveler series? How'd you get started? Why'd you do it? And talk to us about that.
okay. All right. So thank you, Kay Renee, for that wonderful introduction. The Urban Global Traveler Series is something that I wanted to create for many years. Never had the time, was so busy building my brand through other people and their products and services and things like that. And with the pandemic and the pivot of the pandemic, I wanted to create something that was all about my true passion and my true calling. As you guys all know, I'm a former flight attendant from 2 major airlines. By the time I was 26 years old, I had traveled most of the world internationally. Back then, there were no smartphones, there were no YouTube, Facebook, any of that. And a lot of times I was, capturing a lot of that stuff on disposable cameras. A lot of things got lost in a flood in my parents' home. So I've never really had any solid memories of all of my wonderful travel experiences. And now that I'm able to pivot and do something different, I want to relive a lot of my past travel experiences. It's not that I've never been to Hawaii before, had been here as a flight attendant a few times. It's just that I never got a chance to really explore and enjoy Hawaii on the level in which I'm enjoying it now. And so one of the things that I want to do is to create a travel group. It's the Urban Global Traveler Series. Not only will I create content for a produced show, a podcast as well as a broadcast show. But I'll also be inviting people to go on wonderful adventures. And these adventures would be from gateways throughout the United States. You would be meeting us in these particular cities or places. And when you do, everything from a welcome reception to your hotel accommodations to us even eating group meals will all be a part of your package deal. But the best part about my trips is you're at your leisure most of the time. So if you're not a person that does not want to get up and be on a bus at 8 a.m. in the morning, then you opt out of those excursions. If you do want to, the other day, we left our hotel at 7:45 in the morning and we were gone to 6 in the evening, but we toured the entire island of Oahu and had a wonderful time doing that. We stopped at the Dole Plantation, which, believe it or not, the Dole Plantation is very much similar to Dollywood, Disney World. They have train rides, restaurants, souvenir shops. It's a major attraction. We've gone to several beaches here. We've gone to macadamia farms, things that are very educational, but yet relaxing, not very strenuous. We were on air conditioned buses and we had a great time. And so that's what made me create the Urban Global Traveler series. But then we also have to throw in the fact that I am now someone who is dealing with a disability. I am starting to have mobility issues. So this has not been the most easiest trip ever. But I've been able to, no, it's nothing to be sad about. You can't give up. I can't die. So I've got to learn how to deal with the fact that I'm not able to walk miles and miles and miles anymore. And that's why you have what's called Lyft and Uber. Them people will get you to wherever you're trying to go. You enjoy whatever the attraction is, and then you bring your butt back in the Lyft and Uber. Now, where I'm staying in Honolulu, yes, it's a 10 to 15 minute walk from everything. Can I do that 10 or 15 minute walk? Not necessarily so. But can that Lyft and Uber get me there in 5 minutes? It sure can. And that's what having a disability and learning to adjust and adapt to your new situation is all about.
Amen. Amen.
Yeah.
So I guess with the Urban Global Traveler series, so you've been to Atlanta, you've been
Yes.
there to Florida, now Hawaii. Can you share with our viewers what's next, Chat Daddy?
Well, what's next? Please put on your calendars Valentine Weekend 2022. That'll be the first trip that the public will be invited on. It'll be a mini getaway. I'll put it to you guys like this. It'll be some sand. It'll be a beach. It'll be great nightlife, wonderful shopping, and it will be under a 3-hour plane ride for those that are on the East Coast and in the Midwest, and it'll be under 5 hours for those on the West Coast. It'll be less than a 5-hour plane ride, and it's a popular destination that everyone loves. And there possibly might be a speedboat ride to an additional location on that speedboat. That's all I'm going to say right now. More details are coming soon. More details are coming soon. You don't need a passport, and it's in the United States. How about that? How about that? Valentine's weekend. Yes.
All righty now.
All right. And it's for the mature audience and those that possibly, might have some limitations, but still want to have a great time. I guarantee you, everything that I've done has been tested. Everything was to the ultimate level of comfort for me. And so, yes, everything has been great. And it's also great picture taking. How about that?
How about that? And
how about that? That's what it's all about, them selfies, baby.
Speaking of that, you have been posting some wonderful photos. I mean, my favorite one, I have to say, is the Gucci caftan that you're wearing. I said, go ahead, Chat Daddy.
Well, thank you.
Living your life like it's golden. I
It
love
is.
it.
It really
Love
is.
it.
It really is. It really is. Everybody seems to like that Gucci caftan. I
Absolutely.
appreciate you guys. Caftans are very famous in tropical places, and
Mm-hmm.
they have become quite the trend. I had some friends that went to St. Martin and they had a caftan party, and they wanted everybody who was at the party to have a caftan. So I figured when I got here to Honolulu, why would I not have a fabulous caftan? And
Absolutely.
so everybody has been head over heels over my Gucci caftan. I appreciate you guys. I may have to wear it on air one night.
So, I'm going to ask the other question because, that's just how I roll. I mean, I know that you're checking your options. How is the nightlife? How are the men? How are the women there in Honolulu?
Everybody here in Honolulu is wonderful, beautiful. People are just so peaceful and serene here. I guess everybody kind of saw the picture of where I kind of met somebody while I was out at sea. And,
Mm-hmm.
I'm a flirt. I am a flirt. I'm a Scorpio. So, it's cute. I'm not mad about anything that has happened since I've been here. Lots of beautiful men, women, people of all walks of life. There's a quite large African American population here because, again, it is
Really?
the United States.
Okay.
The largest military base is here on
Right.
Honolulu, or Oahu, I should say.
Mm-hmm.
It's out in the suburbs. And so, you meet people, but it's a different kind of people. I've seen a few sagging pants since I've been here.
Mm.
The attire, matter of fact, I'm overdressed right now, you guys. I put on a nice shirt and some slacks to do the show, but for the most part, you see a lot of booty cheeks here, a lot of booty cheeks of all sizes, and so there's no body shaming here. There's no,
Okay.
no, let your booty cheeks show. I would, but I just ain't gonna give y'all that much of a show. I ain't gonna give y'all that much of a show. How
And
about that?
and and talk about the food. I know. Have you had any shaved ice? Have you had any good Hawaiian cuisine? Talk to us about that.
So I'm on my way this evening to have Hawaiian cuisine, authentic Hawaiian cuisine.
Mm-hmm.
I've not had the shaved ice yet. I have had Zippy's, which is one of their chain restaurants here, and it's
Okay.
all about wonderful chicken. They are very heavy on eating chicken thighs here, and
Okay.
so Zippy's has just some of the best chicken. Macaroni salad is great.
Mm.
As I said earlier in the show, they eat a lot of things with rice here.
Mm-hmm.
Salads are big here. I've had coffee, macadamia nuts. Yes, the food is great. A lot of Asian culture here.
Mm-hmm.
Tonight I will be having Hawaiian food. So tomorrow night I'll be able to report back on the Hawaiian food that I've had here.
Excellent. Excellent. And what so far? What has been your greatest memory?
Oh Lord, I'm so drawn to the water, and I'm not a swimmer. But just when I was out on the Pacific Ocean, because a lot of y'all get that wrong, talking about Pacific Ocean. No, it's the Pacific Ocean. Being out on the Pacific Ocean was just beautiful. The water is so blue. The waves. I was able to see different mammals.
You saw dolphins?
I
My
did.
man
I
Scott.
saw it was a dolphin at first. I kind of thought it was something else, but it was a dolphin. Yes, it just beautiful. The shoreline is great.
Mm,
Tomorrow night, I'll talk to you guys a little bit more about the history of Hawaii and how it all got started. Matter of fact, the original settlers, the Polynesians here in Hawaii, look like me. Same skin
mm-hmm.
color,
Mm-hmm.
woolly type hair, all of that. So you'd be surprised. And even to this very day, there's still a small Hawaiian population that lives here. It's not as big as one would think. Everybody
Right.
here is not a Hawaiian. A lot of people are transplants to the island
Expats.
yes, absolutely.
Well,
Yes.
I wouldn't be surprised or if you see Jason Momoa and Lisa Bonet.
Well, I've seen enough folks that look like Jason Momoa and Lisa Bonet. So, but
Okay.
I've not seen the original real ones. But it's plenty of Jason Momoa lookalikes here, baby. Trust and believe it
I
is.
bet. Now, do you and Ursula and Tanya plan to go to Pearl Harbor?
Yes, we do have some tours that we're trying to do.
Okay.
Yes, absolutely.
That's
Yep.
a very powerful place, I tell you, because I went and it's just, it's 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 like the ancestors are just there. So it's
Yes.
very powerful,
I
very
want to send
poignant.
a shout out to a childhood friend of mine, Lena Morrison. We all grew up together as children in Chicago, going to St. Columbinus. Lena lived here for a while,
Oh
and she's been
wow!
giving me some wonderful tips. Lena, I love you so very much. I
Yay!
just do. She's saying yay and yes on my other page.
Oh,
But it's just been great. It's been
good.
amazing and just a wonderful experience. If you've not been to Hawaii, you guys, don't worry. I have us covered. I'm going to do a trip back here next July, and I do want to bring people. We're going to keep it to a limited amount of people that will come, but I know all of the neighborhood restaurants now. I'm not eating at all the trendy places. They have the chain restaurants here that we're familiar with, but when
Mhm.
you travel, you want to go into the neighborhood. You want to eat at places that are authentic.
Mhm.
As we say, we have famous soul food restaurants in Chicago. There are famous Hawaiian restaurants here. And tonight I'll be having dinner at a famous Hawaiian restaurant that's basically a hole in the wall, but everybody recommends it.
Oh, cool, cool. Well,
Yes.
I'm just so happy for you. Art. You definitely look well rested. You
Thank you,
look
darling.
it just this is what life is about, to live your life and to live it fully. So I'm just really happy for you, and I have the opportunity for our viewing audience to see what Hawaii is like. That's right,
Yes.
Miss
Let
Vanessa.
me,
Is Pacific Ocean, people, not specific.
yeah, it's the
Thank you, Miss
Pacific Ocean.
Vanessa.
So that's Hawaii. So listen, the one thing about here in Honolulu is that resorts are stuck smack dab in the middle of neighborhoods. That's things that people need to know. If you're really into sunning and tanning, make sure your hotel is not blocked by a bunch of other
Resorts.
buildings, because you
Mm.
got people living right next door to you. So you might have a major resort hotel, and right next door is a major high rise where people live. So I tell people, people have seen me in all different states of dress because I'm not closing the window. This view is amazing. I keep my windows closed in Chicago because of all the foolishness. Here, I sleep with this open most of the night.
Alrighty then.
Most of the night. Yes, absolutely.
Alrighty then.
All right. Well, anything else we need to talk about, my love?
Just I want to give this nugget because this is a good nugget to start off the
Yes,
week.
absolutely. Go right ahead, my dear.
Whatever the mind of man can conceive and believe, it can achieve. And this is Motivational Monday hashtag never stop achieving for greatness.
I love it. I love it. I love it. For more information about Karen, go to karensnuggetsofknowledge.com. karensnuggetsofknowledge.com for all of her wonderful and great information. I can't believe we've done an hour already just that fast.
Yes.
We'll be back tomorrow night at 7 p.m. Central Standard Time. Don't forget the amazing Miss Shantae Savage, R&B singer, will be joining us tomorrow evening. So put that down on your calendar. Tomorrow, I'll talk about more things going on here in Hawaii. We'll talk about more trips that I have planned coming up so that we're able to take people on trips. You guys, I traveled during the pandemic. I'm not going to lie. I wanted to know what were the risk factors, what to be careful for, what to watch out for. And God has been good. I've been able to survive COVID. I'm fully vaccinated. Somebody asked the question about when will the booster shot be available. If it means getting another booster shot, I will. But I wanted to be the one to be able to say, this is how we travel, this is how we do it. Things have
Mm-hmm.
changed at hotels quite a bit. I'll talk to you guys about that. No more housekeepers coming in your room every day. It's kind of like a do-it-yourself situation, and it has worked out well. It works out really, really good. So, all right. All right, so make sure
Alrighty.
you guys go over to Facebook and subscribe to the Urban Global Travelers series with Chat Daddy. Again, that's the Urban Global Travelers series with Chat Daddy. I've sent you guys some invites if you're already followers of mine on Facebook. Make sure you like the page, because the more these tourism companies see people that are interested in traveling and doing things, the more we can get these trips going, and the more we can all get on the road and enjoy some wonderful trips together. All right. For more information about yours truly, you can visit therealchatdaddy.com, therealchatdaddy.com. That is my website. We'll update all the information about the Urban Global Travelers series there. Let's see what else we're going to talk about. I'm getting ready to get in these streets, you guys.
All right, now.
Thank you, Preston. He says, have a great night.
Oh, definitely.
What else did he say?
Watch Summer Soul. Yes.
Summer Soul on Hulu.
Yes.
Shout out to our girlfriend, Miss Janet Crawford. She did. She went to Las Vegas for the first time. Hey, Janet, I'm going to need to probably have you on the show when I get back to Chicago so we can talk about Vegas and how was it and all that great stuff. If you guys have been traveling and want to travel, talk about your travel experience, please let us know, because I would love to have you guys on to talk about it. All right. Yay. What else we need to talk about, my dear?
You know what? Go on, do your thing, boo. I'm gonna go ahead and do my thing. But I'm just so happy for you. And
Thank you, darling.
Be safe. Give Ursula and Miss Tanya my best.
I will. Yep. All right. We love you guys. Hey, Boo Cuz. Hey, Vanessa. That's cousin Vanessa down in Houston. We love you, Vanessa. We do.
Hi, Miss
We got to do a
Vanessa.
trip to Houston as well, too. Vanessa, I'm coming down so we can do a travel trip on Houston.
Yes.
Oh, Pam is headed to Chicago this weekend.
All right,
Pam
Miss
has a new book out, Pam. We've got to talk about your new book, too.
Okay.
Yes, we'll have a safe trip, Pam. We appreciate you. All right, you guys. I love you all so very much. On behalf of my co-host, the amazing Miss Kay Renee of Karen's Nuggets of Knowledge. She's in Chicago. I am in Honolulu, Hawaii. We'll be back tomorrow night at 7 p.m. 7 p.m. Oh, Wamelda, we love you as well, too.
Hey, Miss Wamelda.
Hey, Miss Wamelda, we love you. Yes, thank you. We'll see you guys tomorrow night, 7 p.m. Central Standard Time. I'll have more updated information on Hawaii and why you guys really want to venture here to the beautiful state of Hawaii. Yes.
Aloha and mahalo. Mahalo and aloha.
Mahalo. Absolutely. Yes, absolutely. All right, you guys, have a beautiful day, and we'll talk to you guys tomorrow night. Rest well, Chicago, New York, Houston, Atlanta, LA, Vegas, all of that. All right, we'll see you later.
Bye.
We out of here.
Aloha.
Yay. Love you. Bye. It ain't letting me go. It's saying stay on, Chat Daddy. See there? There we go. Good evening, ladies and